10 years in, and time and people change. But Jesus always stays the same. No matter what the world tells us, the most important things will always be our faith and our family. Hunting is how we share the gospel and bring the lost toward Christ. And all of this starts right at home. So join us as we take the light into the darkness.
You know, every year at our ministry's fundraiser banquet, we donate a muzzleloader hunt. And the guy who bought that actually donated it to a local pastor. And so Kyle Evans is going to be coming out to Western Oklahoma, and he's going to be hunting with me on our lease. And we've got some good deer on camera, and we're going to see if we can't slip in and make it happen.
All right, so this is the last evening of muzzleloader in Oklahoma. And it could be prettier.
It's a beautiful night.
Just gorgeous. We're about 55, I think, right now. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They haven't made it out of the timber yet.
So we've got some good bucks showing up on our reveal sale cameras, and I've shown some of those pictures to Kyle, and there's one buck in particular. He said, if this buck's showing up, and he's been pretty consistent, if he comes in, I want to take him. So we're going to slip into the blind and hope that this buck will step out and give Kyle a chance to take a shot.
You think he's gonna come in? I really do. I think he'll walk out here to these deer. I mean, he is just a fatty. That's all it is. He's just a glutton.
Well, this is definitely our buck, and now we just have to wait for him to get a little bit closer, and Kyle is ready to take that shot.
Yep, he's hurt, buddy. He's fixing to go down. He's fixing to go down. He's done, buddy. Whew. How about that, dude? I could tell. You blew through him, and I was like, he looks like he's hurt.
A second.
He looks like he's hurt. That is big time right there, man. That is stand awesome.
That's awesome.
Well, that was a great shot by Kyle. We got to watch him drop, and being a former full-time vocational pastor, it was great to spend time with Kyle, getting to know him, and hopefully someday we'll get a chance to hunt together again.
Wind turbines in the background, and we got a deer. This is one of the easiest tracking jobs we could have, because we can see him. Super unique rack deer.
Yeah, that's some cool looking right.
Dude, you drilled him too, right through that shoulder.
Yeah.
Super unique deer. Cool. All right, Hercules time. Here we go.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
Mm-hmm. All right, buddy, you're in trouble now. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Hey. That's awesome. Boom. What a beautiful evening. Man, look at this. Look at this. And there.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, that was fun. I'll never forget this one.
Awesome time, man.
It was so
great.
good.
All right, now let's see if I can break an ankle jumping out of this pickup.
This segment is brought to you by Vortex Optics, backed by the unconditional, unlimited lifetime warranty. To learn more, visit vortexoptics.com. And by these fine sponsors.
We believe this dinosaur was killed by a puncture wound.
Puncture wound.
A puncture wound. You're not a weekend warrior. It's in your blood. And we know your property must reach its maximum potential. Not all seeds are created equal, and we create only the best. When it matters most, be spot on.
This segment has been brought to you by PSC Archery, bows engineered for the professional bow hunter. To learn more, visit pscarchery.com. And by these fine sponsors.
Adam Carter's been the producer of our show now for, well, several years. And though Adam has seen a lot of deer killed, he hadn't actually killed one himself. But we've gone out, put some reveal cameras on his family's land, and just maybe this will be the year he actually gets to pull the trigger on a whitetail.
Well, as you know, 2020 was kind of a crazy year. Not only did we have the pandemic happen, but I also built a house, and then we also got pregnant with our third kid. Deer hunting was pretty much the last thing that was on my mind.
You know, I love Adam, but Adam will openly admit, I'm not a deer hunter.
So Brad calls me and he says, that Big 8, he's been at the feeder for 3 days in a row now in broad daylight.
I told Adam that if you don't hunt him tonight, then I'm gonna be sitting in that blind and I'm gonna hunt him tomorrow. And the one thing that I probably wouldn't do right next to where this big buck's been consistently is probably shooting a coyote.
Yes, we did shoot a coyote, but the coyote came out in the road about 60 yards away from me. And I said out loud next to my son, if that coyote doesn't move, he's got something bad coming for him. And the coyote sat down, so I had to be a man of my word. That was also really good for Hurley because he was kind of spooked by coyotes, and it was good for him to be able to get his hands on one of the dogs and really see what they are and realize that there's nothing to be afraid of. So we park the truck and we walk in. We can't go use the blind because the wind's not right and we're late, so I have no idea how close these deer are. I figure at this point we've ruined our chances, but at least we're out in the woods, right?
Hurley's out here with me tonight. We're gonna sit with our backs up in this old dead cedar trees.
I love Adam, but I have to say that when Adam farts, metal shavings come out because that dude's got horseshoes up his hiney.
Hurley, that big buck's up there.
The buck had to have walked out of the woods while we were setting up because he was 180 yards away and he was standing broadside, perfectly still, just looking at us.
Adam is probably the luckiest person I've ever met.
We'll give him a few minutes and then we'll go up there and see if we got any blood.
Trying to find the blood from the deer.
So where did you find it at?
We found it right here.
Well, they found blood. Adam probably made a great shot because, well, he's the luckiest person in the world. So, you know, whatever. Congratulations, buddy. He's probably dead 30 yards away.
We've got a wicked blood trail. Look at this, Hurley.
A lot of blood. Hey, Dad, look, right there.
And that buck, he was dead about 30 yards away from where we shot him.
Wow, Hurley, that was the one we were after. Good job, man. That was so fun. There he is. Let's get him out of here, okay?
Amazing.
All right, here he is.
We have a huge deer.
Like I was telling Hurley, this is the first deer I've ever shot.
Especially the one I have ever touched or seen in person.
The CVA, this is the 7mm, the 7 mag. He didn't go 30 yards and he was dead. This is the first time I've come hunting and this deer showed up right out of the gate. So it's just such a blessing. Jesus was really looking after us because he knows that we just don't have a lot of time on our hands right now, right?
It's almost sundown.
Yeah. All right, let's go. We got work to do now.
See you on the next video.
See you on the next video.
This segment is brought to you by Reveal Cellular Cameras and the all-new Reveal X, the ultimate remote scouting tool. To learn more, visit revealcellcam.com. And by these fine sponsors.
Check out the Final Descent Outdoors podcast where Brad and Adam talk about faith, family, and hunting. Find the FDO podcast on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or Spotify.
This segment is brought to you by Habit Outdoors. Support the ministry by using promo code FDO15 at checkout for 15% off your entire Habit order. To learn more, visit habitoutdoors.com. And by Lancehead Crossbows. Support our ministry by using promo code FinalDescent10 at checkout to get 10% off your order. To learn more, visit lancehead.com.
Visit FinalDescentOutdoors.com for exclusive apparel helping you show your love for faith, family, and hunting. New items are added to the store often, such as t-shirts, hats, hoodies, tumblers, and much more. Purchase your FDO swag today at FinalDescentOutdoors.com.
We here at Final Descent Outdoors proudly use Black Eagle arrows. We have been so impressed with the consistency that we have found by shooting Black Eagle arrows. And the footage doesn't lie. We've been able to consistently use Black Eagle arrows, which have led to consistently harvesting great animals. And if you're a bow hunter, they have a wide array of arrows for you to choose from. It's easy for us here at Final Descent Outdoors to put our stamp of approval on Black Eagle arrows. So if you're in the market for new arrows, we highly recommend you check them out. So to learn more, to place an order, or to find a dealer, check them out at blackeaglearrows.com.
This segment is brought to you by HHA Sports, the leader in single pin technology, made in America with a lifetime warranty. For more info, visit hhasports.com. And by Fort Scott Munitions, with tumble-on impact technology. Support the ministry by using promo code FDO10 at checkout. Order yours at fortscottmunitions.com. And by these fine sponsors.
Staffer Paul Powers can get a little bit obsessive over deer hunting, especially when he's hunting a giant buck. And there's one buck that has occupied Paul's mind for the last several years.
It's August the 4th, 2018. We're going out to check cameras and we pull into one of our favorite spots down in this hay meadow down against a creek, and we look across the creek and there stood one of the, for Oklahoma, one of the most impressive whitetails I've ever seen on the hoof. And we both immediately say, "Oh darn," you know, as you might imagine. And from then on, that buck became known as OD. I don't know how to put it other than I was obsessed and focused and borderline crazy about that deer.
Paul has killed some giant deer over the years. I mean, a 196 just a couple years ago on the show. And so when Paul says, "I'm hunting a giant," there's no doubt this buck's a giant.
He's got the Johnnies, we're getting ready to leave. But you know what's so bad when you gotta wait for your hunting buddy's wife to bring his batteries, because he runs on batteries. So we bring backup batteries.
Appreciate it.
So we got backup batteries in case he starts beeping low battery because his heart's ran via a machine. That'd be a problem. I'd have to unplug him if that deer's coming. I just have to unplug him and then see if he makes it.
Unplug him or shoot him.
Oh my God.
We're going.
Bye.
We're set up in here. Got deer down there in the west end. I think it's gonna happen tonight.
You got your gun.
Yeah.
Do it. You heard it.
Because Paul becomes obsessed with deer, he has thought hours and hours, lost sleep, dreaming about strategizing how he's going to go in and be able to pattern this deer and hunt him. But here's the deal, big bucks don't become big bucks by being stupid.
It's low light, I'm by myself, I'm self-filming, and sure enough, right about shooting light, he comes out of the trees and walks out in front of me at 75 yards, obviously out of range, but it's the first time in 2 years, 2.5 years really, that I'd seen him on the hoof and got to watch him and got footage of him and looked at him in the binoculars. And needless to say, I was jacked and I was pumped up, ready to roll.
Well, it's taken Paul a while, but he's finally got a beat on this buck. He feels like he's got a pattern on OD. He's going to slip in and see if he can't run a thorn broadhead through him.
So I move in the next night and set up, and it was pretty slow evening, to be honest with you. I mean, there wasn't much going on. It gets low light, and I hear something break over in the trees, and I look across the creek, and a doe walks out. I'm watching in the binoculars, and I lean over and tell Trent, who's videoing for me, I said, hey, listen, something's behind her. I heard a deer behind her. This is it. I mean, this is go time. This is him. He's where he needs to be, and I think I'm going to have a legit chance at this point. When I got to full draw and I anchored my release, in my mind I thought, I've got you. I've got you. Been waiting 3 years, and I've got you.
This segment's brought to you by Big Frig, makers of customizable coolers, tumblers, growlers, and dry boxes. Use promo code FDO10 at checkout at bigfrig.com. And by these fine sponsors.
Now it's time for the Real Avid Tech Tip of the Week. Confidence is key, and when bow hunting, confidence can be defined by one word: accuracy. Introducing the Thorn Expandable Broadhead. Its patented hidden blade technology guarantees field point accuracy, and the patented rip tip grabs at hide and flesh, ensuring deployment and beginning the process of devastation. Its stainless steel blades render up to a massive 2.2-inch cut. For confidence and accuracy, there is only one choice: Thorn Broadheads, the world's most accurate broadhead.
We here at Final Descent Outdoors proudly use Buck Blitz, and here's why. Buck Blitz is more than just another attractant. It's actually made up of 18% protein, which provides the nutrients that our deer need throughout the entire year. And there's no accident that some of the biggest bucks that have been killed in Oklahoma were killed using Buck Blitz on that property. Buck Blitz comes in a 40-pound bag, and it equals out to about $1.60 a pound. To learn more, to become a dealer, or to order yours, go to buckblitz.com.
This segment's brought to you by Woodhaven Custom Calls. Support our ministry by using promo code FINALDESCENT10 at checkout. Place your order at woodhavencustomcalls.com. And by these fine sponsors.
In my mind, I thought, I've got you. Been waiting 3 years, and I've got you. I knew immediately when I shot that it was higher than I wanted it. It was not in the bottom half. It was not where I wanted it, and I knew that. We're hunting grown man deer. I mean, we're not hunting 3-year-old or 2 or 3-year-old bucks or even 4-year-old bucks. They're tough. I mean, these deer, their resiliency and their toughness is unbelievable.
So I lay here and I wait. That's what you do when you make a shot that's not great on a deer.
You know, if you bow hunt long enough, this is going to happen. You're going to make a shot that's not lethal, and it's not equipment's fault. I mean, he had a giant deer right in front of him, and He just got shook up and didn't hit the deer where he wanted to. And this shot is gonna haunt him.
Well, it's the morning after those kind of nights that you hate as a bow hunter. We looked last night, we found good blood. I mean, what I consider good blood for a pretty long ways. I mean, 300 or 400 yards, made a circle, got back in the same trail, and we never could pick it up out of there. I mean, obviously we don't find this buck the first day. We found a bed, we found where he laid, and then where he got up, and then we never, nothing after that.
We're set up and ready. We had to walk a little ways. This is my camera girl.
We set up on this high bank. This is 6-7 weeks after the initial shot. And we set up on this bank, and she mentions right after daylight, she said, "Daddy, I saw a deer down there. A deer laid down there." And I look, and she says, big buck, Daddy, big buck, Daddy, big buck. I knew immediately it was him. He got up, but his right leg he was limping on his right front leg. He was not healthy. He didn't look good. I mean, it just wasn't a good deal. It just wasn't a good sight. We backed out. I went up on the hill. I called the team. I called my guys, Johnny and Trent and Josh, and I said, "Hey, listen, get up, forget what you're doing, stop what you're doing and get down here. OD's right here. I just saw him." We set guys on the perimeter, and then Trent and I kind of followed him in. And long story short, we got him out, and he tried to get away, and one of the guys on the perimeter, we were able to get him down and complete the harvest. Here we go. This is a buck we call OD. Just a magnificent animal. I shot him with a bow back early in the season, and he disappeared. Finally showed up. He's drawn up. His shoulders broke. This is one I dreamed about for years. Just happy to have him down on the ground.
What an incredible story of an incredible buck. Congratulations to everybody involved. The story of OD has come to an end. You know, no doubt Paul was in a valley. I mean, a low place. He wounded OD. He wasn't showing up on his reveal cameras. And you know what? It's hard to trust God when you're in a valley. You know, in life, we don't know God's plan. We don't get to see into the future like He does. And so in life, it's not always easy. There's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. There's going to be great experiences and there's going to be moments where you're in a valley. But Jesus tells us that He never leaves us or forsakes us in the good or the bad. Matter of fact, Psalm 23 says, "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, because You, being God, is with me."
I heard the voice of Jesus say, "Satan, Your kingdom must come down."
So today, maybe you're going through a difficult situation. You're in a valley in life. Maybe it's a work situation. Maybe it's a family situation. Maybe it's sin that's in your life that has brought you down. Maybe you're battling depression. I don't know. I don't know you, but God does. He's with you in the good and in the bad, in the valleys of life. So today, if you're in one of those valleys, I want you to know that God is with you, walking step by step by step, never leaving you or forsaking you.
I heard the voice of Jesus.
So today, if we can be praying for you and encouraging you, if you're in a valley, we would love to do that. Let us know how we can be praying for you and encouraging you. You can go to our website, finaldescentoutdoors.com, send us an email. You can find us on social media, on TikTok. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Let us know how we can be praying for you and encouraging you. Thanks so much for watching today's episode. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.
Bailey's Outdoor Shop is the official taxidermist of Final Descent Outdoors. Closed captioning brought to you by Real Avid.
Strut your stuff!